What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great Sunday night. I know I sure as hell am. Welcome to the Postgame show. Just got home. Told you I have a busy day, some traveling. Still got stuff to do tonight. But we're taking a little break here because we're going to talk some birds. Because the Philadelphia Eagles go ahead and punch the Minnesota Vikings right in the mouth. And I know there were some sloppy things in this game, and there's still going to be people complaining about things, but nobody cares because, oh boy, what was I joking about these last couple of weeks? Jalen Hurts can't throw. And I told you, Jalen Hurts is the litmus test for who understands football and who doesn't. Because you can see it with these people, and my Lord, are they going to be eating their words? What did he have, 326 yards? 19 for 23, I believe he was. That's like 82.6% completion percentage. That's pretty good, right? Perfect passer rating. Oh, geez, few touchdowns in there. Yeah, 183 yards for Devontae Smith on 9 catches. 4 catches for A.J. Brown. He had 121, I think it was. 2 touchdowns for him, 1 for Devontae. Yeah. I'm feeling pretty good, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know about you, but the Eagles win 28-22, go 5-2, and, well, like we talked about this week, I look forward to everyone becoming the biggest Eagles fan again. So appreciate all of you tuning in. Drew, my man in here. Chris, my dude. Troy. We got little G starting us off. Joe, let's effing go. Yes, 5-2, baby. What a game. And we talked about that, team going into this week. Tough defense. They had the firepower on offense. So we weren't going to sleep on anyone, but we were going to understand that if we can beat this team and, do it handily and feel good about how we did it, obviously the run game, we would like to get some things going. The offensive line, we would still love to see fixed. We'd still love to really know what's going on at cornerback too. But Jalen Hurts, this pass attack, this defense stepping up at certain times. Jalen Hunt with that pick 6, Makuba with an interception. But obviously Makuba had his, issues in this game. And you're going to have bad things in games. And you're going to be able to nitpick if you want. But for me, they're growing. They're developing. They're doing the things we talk about, staying patient, waiting for this team. And look, man, I think these guys really understand that, who they are, and everyone else is just trying to create whatever narrative they can to break that. And that's good for them. Diane Rossini, and I'm sure so many people are going to have a really tough time this week, creating whatever narrative they can to everyone's getting traded, everybody sucks. What are they going to do this week? I'm not sure, but we're going to laugh in their faces like we always do. As I told you last couple of weeks, yeah, I hate losing, but I also hate when people turn into Cowboys fans and jump ship right when things look a little bit rough. Zadarius Smith. So look, man, for me, I'm still right here where I've been. And this team is still right where it's been. And they know they got to work on things, and they still got to work on things. And that's okay. Because, oh boy, when we are clicking on all cylinders, well, we're going to destroy all of these teams that get in our way. So let me know how you guys are feeling. I'm excited here. We get the Giants coming up again after what happened just last week when we saw them. Yeah, I'm real glad the Get Back's right here. So they get to come to our house. I'm very excited. So we're going to enjoy Victory Monday tomorrow. We're going to celebrate. We'll break the game down some more. We'll look at the snap counts, all that great stuff. Talk about the game a little more in depth. But then we'll be right back at it Tuesday behind enemy lines. We'll be going through this bad boy, getting ready to keep moving right through the season. And that's what this Eagles team does. And each week people get caught up in the narratives. And my family, I heard a lot of stuff, what did you think about, A.J. Brown getting traded and this? And I, as I always tell them, you just got to tune into the show. You understand how I feel about that kind of stuff. I hate it. I can't stand it. And I understand this is the age of misinformation. And that's why I stand up to it. So I loved it. My Uncle Jimmy's like, yeah, that's why I watch your show. And it's like, that means the world. And I love that. So we're going to keep standing up to all these weirdos with all their weird narratives and the weird stories they make up and people buying houses for people and charities and just weird stuff nobody says. Really creepy to me. I'm going to stay in the Eagles zone. I'm going to talk about that stuff. So what I want to talk about is love to get this run game going. Didn't. That's okay. We're going to keep working on it. We're going to get this offensive line healthy. Jurgens hopefully healthy, and Dickerson full health and right. But each week you just got to keep working on things. And then on the defensive side of the ball, we know Nolan Smith's going to come back in a couple weeks. Brandon Graham, is he going to come out of retirement? But Uche got a sack today. Ojulari looked all right. I thought, the guys that needed to step up did that. Nakobe Dean was out there doing his thing. Nice to see him back. I really thought overall, this is a good team win. And it's football. So you're going to have, tough battles. And this was one of those games we knew could definitely be a tough battle. And it was. And Carson Wentz, man, did he get put in the dirt like we talked about. It was beautiful to see that. I know there's going to be a lot of upset Eagles fans, a lot of Eagles fans that were rooting on Isaiah Rodgers all week. Really going to be tough. You're going to have to backtrack all that. So all that, all those HJs you were giving out to Isaiah Rodgers and everybody else making fun of the Eagles and how Howie needs to be fired because he didn't bring him back. Isaiah Rodgers. How did Isaiah Rodgers do today? Not sure if you watched the game. Maybe send him a message now. Let him know I said what's up. Go Birds. That's what you can tell him. So, yeah, man, everybody wanted to sit here, turn their backs on the Birds, and now they got to flip-flop and become the biggest Eagles fans ever. So I love it. That's what I'm here for. And what I'm also here for is to watch this team continue to develop, get better, and we'll break that down each and every day this upcoming week, what we can do to get back at those Giants. And, oh, boy, I cannot wait because that was bad. That was a really bad game. And I know it's a Thursday game, sure, and this team was just really not there yet. And this is a step in the right direction. And now you get that team that just smacked you in the mouth like that. They're on cloud nine. This is their Super Bowl. Hey, man, they're beating up on the Broncos. So we talked about a young team that's got talent. So that's great. We're going to beat the living hell out of you. And that's going to only spark our fire even more. And that's what I want to see. I want to see this team continue to get better. We got a bye week coming up then. And guys getting healthy, getting maybe Ja'Cory and Bennett into that starting role. Maybe he gets back after that bye. That'd be awesome. He's been learning the system now. And I think this is his chance to go take that job. We'll see what's up with Ringo and Jackson. And, oh, my. A lot of things to still figure out, and that's okay because we have Howie at the helm. We know that this team knows what its issues are. But, coming into the bye, right? And then you got week 10 right after that where it's like, look, this is a whole season. You got to look at the thing as a whole, and it's 5-2 right now. That's what we're looking at, and that's good. We're at the top of the division, and you just got to keep building on this, man. It's as simple as that, and you're going to hear the radio stations talk about firing Patullo and, trading Hurts, and we got to do this. Every week it's always something. We got to drastically do something, fire our coaches and try to add a whole new system during the season. We got to trade people away, and then we're going to bring someone in, and they're just going to automatically know the system, and they'll just be able to play right away and everything. See, that's not real life, and that's why I always just get frustrated with people that bring that stuff because it's like, well, let's look at how things actually work. And, I think how it works is we have a lot of pieces and we have depth pieces and we have a practice squad for a reason so that when things do happen, people always question why you sign people. Why do you have a practice squad? Why you have depth? And it's, well, because of these things and special teams and all these things that actually matter. And, unfortunately, this isn't Madden and we can't just be trading every week and, firing everyone. And, these people, when we traded for Bennett, I even talked about, you got to give them time to learn the system, man. Because if you sign someone or bring someone in, they are going to have to learn these systems, whether it's offense, defense, and very intricate on defense. So let's try to stay patient with, what is going on here with these injuries and understand that when Nolan Smith comes back, he's obviously the guy, but you've got guys that are getting theirs right now, and that's great reps, and whatever role they have after when he comes back, great. You look at Ja'Cory and Bennett, you hope that he could be that guy. You saw me talk about the show the other day. Maybe you bring in a veteran, to push until, one of these guys wants to stand out. But you know how I feel all offseason and throughout this season so far. Jackson and Ringo aren't those guys that I want to see there. But you didn't add Gilmore. You didn't add anybody. You didn't trade for anybody, but you still could. But if you do, they've got to learn the system. So, interesting place to be in, and we were all hopeful it would be Ringo, and it was not. So Hopefully it's Ja'Cory Bennett. Would love to see that. Maybe this was a blessing in disguise with him hurt. He got to hit the books, learn this system, perfect it. And now when he goes out there, he can just react rather than having to think and then react. So we'll find out. But long season, we still got a ways to go. 7 games in here. Not halfway just yet. Kind of sick, though, that we are almost halfway through this season. Like, you guys understand that, right? When I talk about stopping, enjoying the moment, not always joining the media and the casual fans and just quitting every week, hating the Eagles all the time. Like, for me, football just flies right by. I actually enjoy rooting for them when they lose. I like being pissed. I like talking with you guys, breaking it down, how we can fix it, because football goes by way too fast. And it really breaks my heart that we do that countdown, and I feel like we were just doing the countdown the other day, and now all of a sudden we're about to be talking about week 8 next week. My God. Holy hell. But we're 5-2. That's what counts. But ladies and gentlemen, I do got to get rolling out here. Still got a bunch to do. But we'll be back tomorrow to break this game. Can I talk? We're going to break this game down better tomorrow. Maybe my brain will be all together. Holy hell. But it's been a long day already. I'm obviously still feeling a little under the weather. Didn't sleep well at all last night. But I'm going to sleep well tonight, baby, and throughout this week. But I'll see your asses live tomorrow for Victory Monday. Oh, yes, it's glad to be back for that. And then, as always, we'll just get right into it. Tuesday, Behind Enemy Lines, and we'll break down throughout the week how we can get our revenge on those New York Giants. So if you are watching this later, or maybe you're watching right now and you think of something later, love to hear from you down below. If you guys got anything from this video, hitting that like button, sharing this stuff, subscribing to the channel, becoming a member, all that stuff really does help, and I cannot thank you enough for doing that. You guys are awesome. You guys are truly a bird family, and I couldn't wait. I was hanging out with my family today. It was awesome. Me and Chelsea went over to my Uncle Jimmy's. Got to see my brother Billy was there. Of course, my Aunt Des and Ryan and Britt and all these awesome diehard fans just all together. It's always a great time, and, I just always enjoy those moments, especially, every time you're scoring, jumping up. And today was just one of those days where it was extra special. It felt pretty awesome. And I hope you guys felt the same way. It was nice to get a win. Hopefully they're building on that. We talked about it. Those losses, maybe that's the spark we needed, a little punch in the mouth. I'm okay with it if it pushes us to the trophy. So I love you guys. Drew, Liz, all of you for tuning in that I haven't talked to or tuning in throughout the globe. I am so sorry I got to get rolling here, but you better tune in for Victory Monday tomorrow. It's going to be a damn good one. And I've got some things planned for the bye coming up. I'm a little excited about. I want to talk to some of you channel members. I'll be making a post about that. I cannot believe that bye is coming up after this game. Like, holy hell. You got this giant. It's all flying by, man. So bear with me, but hopefully you guys have been enjoying all this content. You guys know I put out shows daily, giving you all the information you need to know as it comes out, as it pertains to the injuries, how these teams look for the week, the top matchups, everything you need to know about the stats, the standings, everything, I think. So if there's anything ever that you guys want added, you're looking for, let me know, man. Always here to just try to enjoy this stuff and break this stuff down. But got to get to a birthday party. I still got so much to do here tonight. So I got to get rolling. I would sit here and talk to you all night if it could. But I love you guys. I really do. And I want to see you tomorrow for Victory Monday. If you can't tell, I'm quite excited. No matter how beat up I feel. Oh, I got that fire burning deep inside. 5-2. Any win, it feels good. But a win like that, punching them in the mouth. And yeah, they had to sneak back in the end and give us a little heart. It's not an Eagles game without a little heart attack, right? But we're here. We're all good, right? Got the W. That's what counts. All I've got for you here tonight, you guys know if you need anything, I am always here for you. It doesn't have to be about the birds. Reach out. Do not go through life alone. I love you guys. Seriously, you're always here for me, so I try to do the same for you. Have a great rest of your weekend. It's going to be a great week coming up, baby. This is how you want to start it. Let's have it go. Wake up and just remember that beautiful win. That always gets me started off on the right foot. Last 2 weeks, not so fun. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Enjoy the week ahead. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, say it with me, sickos. Go Birds!